it's Sam from Tantrum Kitesurf. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. We're all about, on this channel, we're all about improving your kitesurfing when you are off the water. And today what we're going to be talking about specifically is how to improve your balance and your stamina when you are on the water. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and click the bell to make sure you receive notifications whenever I release a new video. Now today, as I say, we're talking about stamina and balance on the water. And this is a big thing that I see with a lot of people, because what happens with a lot of people, they go to the gym and they work out in the gym, which is great, there's no problem with that, but a lot of people are working out on the machines in the gym. Now machines are awesome in that they are really designed to reduce your amount of injury while you are working out on them. And the way they do that is they kind of isolate the muscle that you are working on. So let's say you're doing a bicep curl. Now they really isolate the bicep. And what they do is they also restrict your range of motion throughout the exercise. So you can't kind of go wonky and go off, and you are doing the right movement using the right muscle. But what happens is, let's say again in the case of your bicep, you've got your bicep, but around that muscle you've also got a lot of smaller, what we call stabiliser muscles. Now these muscles are designed to hold the major muscle in place, so that while you're doing that exercise, everything remains stable and your arm remains, your lever remains in the right position, so that as you're doing that movement, nothing slips and you don't get injured. Now, why is this a problem? Well, because when you're kitesurfing is a much more dynamic sport than, let's say, being in the gym on a machine. So your muscles are tending to move, and you've got to be able to move in a lot more different directions at the same time. So these stabilizer muscles become a lot more important, because you need to be holding your muscles in place to avoid injury. But also what happens is, because you haven't worked out using those stabilizer muscles, what tends to happen is they get tired much more quickly. They also tend to be smaller than the major muscles, I should mention that. So they tire more easily. As they tire, the major muscles then are forced to take up the slack. They have to take over the work of these stabilizer muscles, so they tire and kind of drop off over the course of an hour, 2 hours on the water. Now what this means is that those major muscles start getting much more tight, because now they're doing not just their job, but the other muscles' job as well. And they do that a lot less effectively. So to do that takes a lot more energy. So they're getting tired much more quickly. But also these stabilizer muscles are very important when it comes to balance. Everyone talks about core stability in kitesurfing. And there's a very good reason for that. All that power from the kite, well, it's coming straight through your harness, which is sat on your stomach. So if your core's wobbly, what basically happens is it acts like really floppy suspension. So if you're taking your power in through the kite and your core's not solid, you've got no core stability, that energy just gets dispersed through your, let's say, flabby core and never gets pushed down through your legs and into the board. So you need good core stability to make sure that you can drive that board and transfer the energy, that your body is a good energy conduit, and transfer that body down into the board. So super important there. But also just as balance, it's really useful to have these stabilizer muscles, because they are what controls your balance. So what we're going to talk about today is give you a real quick, easy tip for really building up your stabilizer muscles, even if you're at the gym and you're working out on machines, because that's also some people love that, and that's great. You can get around this a little bit by using free weights, but again, this is a really good tip for really boosting these stabilizer muscles. What am I talking about? One of these. This is simply a balance board. I'll show you it nice and front there. These cost about 20 quid. They're not expensive, they're really not. And you can see you can make these yourself if you're that so inclined. Literally, this is a board with half a ball literally on the bottom of it. And all you do is you stand on it. Let me just show you. Best to do this on some kind of mat, so that you are not damaging, because these ones can damage your floor a little bit. So you put it down, stand on it, and then just balance. Literally, to start with, just stand here. Just stand on the board. That's all you need to do. As you get better, you can start doing your workouts on it. So you actually get some weights and do some workout. Do kind of yoga moves, start prying around on one foot, one leg, things like that. But you will find very, very quickly, the first time you do this, you'll be all over the place. You'll be shaking Stevens, you'll be, and then literally within a couple of days, you'll be, oh wow, this is really easy. I can do on one leg, I can do all my little tricks and things like this on it. And what you're doing, what this is doing, is this is forcing every single second all these stabiliser muscles to readjust, to readapt, to fire. So it's firing the stabiliser muscles. And you'll notice just doing the 5 minutes, the first few days, you'll feel it. You're like, wow, and the next day you'll probably feel it. Wow, there's just bits ache that never ache before. And it's because it's firing these tiny muscles that don't normally get used during a workout. And again, what that's doing is it's stopping when you're on the water. It means these stabiliser muscles are going to be much more effective. They're going to be able to last for much longer, and they're going to hold you in position much more effectively. So again, it gives you that core strength, and it means that you can last that much longer on the water, improving balance and improving stamina. So really, really useful tip. As I say, once you get the hang of it, you can start doing your workouts on these. So actually your normal workout, just do it on a balance board. You can start, if you've got a stand-up desk, I often stand working on one of these. So I'm typing on my computer while I'm stood on one of these as well at the same time. But as I say, you'll be surprised how little you need. The first time I did this, I went out and jumped on it and was kind of, I'll do an hour. I'll spend an hour on this. And I was wasted the next day. So literally 5 minutes a day is all you need. You can sit on one, drink your coffee, whatever you want to do. But as you get better, the more movement that you can do on it, the more that you can challenge those stabiliser muscles while you're doing it, the better. So really, really simple tip there, guys. And again, this makes a huge difference. Over a couple of weeks, you'll notice the big difference on the water. So I really hope that helps, guys. For those of you who are interested, what we've put together is a free 4-week kitesurf specific workout. Now the problem with kitesurfing fitness in the gym is it's generally very difficult to train for because kitesurfing fitness is so unique. So we've put together this 4-week guide specifically aimed at kitesurfing fitness, designed to get you fit in 4 weeks. So before you go on a kitesurfing holiday, before you're going away for a week, or if you just want to get fit for kitesurfing while you're off the water, this is the guide for you because it's written by me, a kitesurf coach, for kitesurfers specifically. And this is the workout that we give to people before they come on a holiday with us, so that when they get here, they are absolutely prepared for the holiday. And since doing it, it's changed the way that people learn to kitesurf, because literally now they can last all week quite simply, whereas before by day 2, by day 3, people were really stalling, even if they'd been in the gym, because often people were at the gym and were just doing the wrong stuff. So if you need that, the link is in the show notes below, or it should be popping up somewhere around the video now. Just click the link, head over there, download it. As I say, it's free. Jump on there, get off and do it, and it will change the way that you feel on the water, gives you a lot more energy and makes you last a lot longer on the water. So there we go, guys. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, if you enjoyed that, click like, give us a thumbs up, and all the other jazz that you do on YouTube. And I will speak to you very soon, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers. Goodbye.